When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Hi everyone, it's Ezra May and I am back with another Monday musical, and today is The Sound of Music, which I hope that you have all seen at some point because it's one of the most famous musicals in the world, one of the longest running Broadway productions, and it was released in 1959 on Broadway with music by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein II, and they are my favourite composers of all time, I believe, and they've written so many greats, and it was the last one actually that Hammerstein wrote before he passed away from cancer, so it was truly, you know, one of the saddest moments in history, but he left us with amazing things like The Sound of Music. So this is the film adaptation, which is in 1965, just a few years after the Broadway production, and it is one of the highest grossing musical adaptations of all time, starring the lovely Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer and of course the 7 Von Trapp children. And this is based on a true story of the Von Trapp family. So Maria Von Trapp, who was part of a convent and realized she had a calling to be governess of these 7 children, and she fell in love, and it's one of those beautiful epic drama love stories filled with the best music you could ever imagine. And as you can see, I've already framed one of the stills from the movie where they are singing. This movie is appealing to all people everywhere, like children, adults. I watched this as a child. I remember we taped it on our VCR. We taped it off maybe like Channel 7 or something, and it always cut off just as they were hiding in the annex. So I never saw what happened after that. So for years and years I've been watching this version where it just cuts off there, and so when I finally got it on DVD and I just saw them escaping and just being free, I'm like, it was a completely new scene to me. So but I'm thankful for that tape that got me through. My favourite scene is probably My Favourite Things, which is a bit cliche, but of course when all the kids are like scared about sleeping during the storm, and then she says, you know, don't be afraid of anything, think of things you like chicken noodles and yeah, all good stuff. And I especially love Liesl, who's the oldest daughter, and she sings 16 going on to 17, which is one of my favourite songs. One thing I really love is how Maria makes their outfits out of the curtains that are hanging in her room when she goes to stay over at the Von Trapps, and I just thought that was the smartest thing. And so every time I've gone to see like a school production, I really am curious to see like how they've made sort of a different outfit for each of the children with the same material. That's one thing I love. Another thing is the sitcom Will and Grace have an episode based on The Sound of Music where they all the main characters dress up and they go to a sing-along, something I believe still happens around the world, where they screen the movie and people dress up and sing along to the words. And I just think, you know, that's such an amazing cultural experience, and because it's so important, it's got a lot of history behind it. It's just amazing to see how something can be so timeless and still affect a lot of people no matter how many years has passed, and I think The Sound of Music is the perfect example of a musical that does that. Just recently they did a live telemovie, is that what they call it, or like a live broadcast of it with Carrie Underwood as Maria Von Trapp, and personally I think she did a great job, but she's also one of my favourite artists, so that could be a little bit biased, but I think the costuming and the sort of like staging and the filming was pretty good. I thought it was pretty seamless, and to do that whole live block within 3 hours is really, really hard. So I think that that was a good move. That was broadcast on NBC, so make sure you check it out. See it on Broadway if you can. I've never seen it on Broadway. I've seen school productions. I've seen a lot of school productions. That's it for me, guys. Thank you. See you next week. Bye. That went too long. Bye.